Hello friends, this is Ifa. Welcome to my first ever reading journal video. I'm very excited to share this setup because this is my first reading journal and I'm going to start this in this year. That means in 2024. The notebook I'm using here is from Positive Pages, which is a small startup company, and the owner Kay was very kind enough to send me this notebook to use. I really like their starting collections, which has some vibrant covers, and I've chosen this cute ducky one, and it's yellow. I think it matches to the aesthetic I've gone for. And the lineups, if you have watched the video about my lineups, you have seen the unboxing of this notebook, so I'm going to skip this in this video and start planning right away. So the first page I'm going to fill up in this notebook writing by my name, and I really like this part to start a new notebook and make it my own. And as I always decorate the spread, I would like to use some stationeries that I already have in my home, and in this video I'd like to tell you that I'm not going to draw much and I will showcasing some of my stationery collections here. I really don't want to feel bothered with illustrating here, and I really wanted to add these stickers from small businesses and my favorite brands and also from my shop, so I'll be using them freely in this notebook without thinking too much. So let's get into it. So the first spread after writing my name is going to be the cover page. The cover page is going to be a page where I will write the purpose of this notebook. I know I can do this in the first page where I write my name, but I think in 6 years of making creative journals, I really wanted to go for a maximal cover page in this notebook as well. So I'll be using the second page where the dot is start from to make the cover page. I'll be using some stickers from Ikigai Papier, Lila Journals, Notebook Therapies, Hinoki Into the Fall collection. I've recently got them and I absolutely love it. And it has some vintagey autumnal elements into this whole washi tape sets and their stickers. So I'm going to use this in this notebook. And I'll be using some washi tapes from Washi Tape Shop as well. All the supplies I'm using here will be listed in the description. This notebook is not going to be for 2024 only because I don't read too much, and I think I'll be using this notebook in 2025 as well because I don't want to waste a notebook after using it halfway. So I'll be using this whole notebook for 2 years of my reading reviews. And the purpose of starting a reading journal is to start the habit that I've doing for a while and make it a fun. I'll be writing the reviews and my thoughts from any books that I'm going to read throughout the year. And as you can see here, I am just using some stickers to decorate this cover page. So I'm starting by this large girl sticker from Ikigai Papier's Dark Academia collection, and I think this is a perfect scheme to start with, but it's a little bit dark from the other stationeries that I'm using, and I think it will add more colors into it. I love the light beige aesthetic from Lila Journals, so I'll be using some of her stickers that I've purchased last year. I really like these frames that she made. I'll be using some coffee stain papers that I made for some other projects. So here I'm sticking out a piece of coffee stain papers with my glue stick. As you can see here, it's a bit warm than the stickers that I have used here, but I think using more warmer craft papers, I would like to use this coffee stain papers here. The stamp stickers I'm using here is from the Hinoki Into the Fall collection from Notebook Therapy, and I think it looks very pretty. And here I'm also using the washi tapes from the Hinoki collection here because they are the pet tips and I really like them. They also have these little stickers of leaves which are basically themed for autumn, but I think reading journals are going to be used for a whole year, so I don't think that it will bother me if I use autumn colors, and I really like autumn a lot. So here you can see that I am writing only reading journal without any year, because as I've told you already that I'm not going to use this notebook for only 2024 and it's going to be for 2025. I really didn't thought too much about this whole setup because it's my first ever reading journal and I wasn't bothered too much to make the yearly setup. And before I share the next spreads, I'd like to tell you that 3 beautiful women in this community have been inspiring me for a long time, and I really wanted to start a reading journal in last 2 years, but I couldn't. And the next spreads that I'm going to make are inspired by those 3 people. Firstly, I would like to thank Heda from Mochi Bujo, then Anna from Journal Away, and my favorite Elizabeth from Plant Based Bride. They are doing very good in making reading journal spreads and inspiring us to start reading journals. So I've been watching their videos for quite a long time and I really like their spreads. So for me, I really wanted to add some functional and some fun spreads in less amount of yearly spreads. So after the cover page, I would like to make a spread which is not a yearly spread, but to fill out through the days when I'm going to use this notebook. So the first spread is going to be a spread where I will write all the book names that I need to check out. So I think I'll be searching for new book names and suggestions, and I will write them. If I want to read them, I will definitely check that in and write them into the next spreads, which you'll see in a couple of minutes. I'm using the washi tapes from the washi tape shop's Dark Academia collection, which is made by Anna from Journal Away, and I really like this collection because of their vintagey style and dark brown colors. This spread is very simple, and as you can see here, I have just only added a few decorations and the headers, books to check out, and I haven't read anything because I will fill up this later. It has been always a pressure to add these washi tapes in the top and bottom because I always try to make aligned with the margin of the pages, but I think I always mess up or sometimes I nail it. So in this video you'll see me doing this a lot. I'm not a good reader, and this year I am focusing on reading books because I have a lot of hobbies rather than my journaling and making contents. Being a software engineer, after graduating, I have spent a lot of time on screen, and after creating this channel and my creative life, I really have spent a lot of time on screens, such as in my laptop, my phone and iPad, to draw too much digital stuffs, and I feel like all my hobbies and work are just based on computer, and which I really feel like it's ruining my eyesight. And in this year I really don't want to watch too much TV shows, series or movies, so I think I will just keep my screen time aside and read some books. If I cannot read, I would like to purchase the audiobooks if I can. Moving back to the setup, my phone ran out of spaces, so there are some steps that are not here, but I think the next spread is not too much to do. I only added the washi tapes in the top and some craft papers in the bottom. in this spread, these colors are very dark, so I wanted to use this off-white grid notebook page to make the header. And this spread is basically a yearly spread for 2024, where I will stick out the cover pages of the books and also read them accordingly. And I think this spread is inspired by Anna from Journal Away. And I'm using a lot of elements from the pet washi tapes from Notebook Therapy's Hinoki into the fall collection. This was a bit difficult to cut them out with X-Acto knives, and I've used some little frame stickers from my shop, and that's it for this spread. As you can see here, I've only added 20 books here, and I know my limit. I don't read too much, so I'm not going to read more than 20 books. So yeah. The next spreads are some fun spreads, and here the spread I'm making is the reading bingo. I think making reading habits a little fun with this kind of bingos are going to be motivational to read books, I guess. And for this bingo, I have chosen some prompts which I want to add. It's not like you have to do the same, but I would like to share them. What I've said for the bingo, I will add a picture of this spread here in the below so that you can check it out if you want to. You can add it in your reading journal as well. I don't have too much to talk about the spreads as I'm a beginner and I really don't know if these journaling spreads are going to work for me or not, but I am trying out so that I can learn what work out for me and what not. In this journal, I am making only 6 spreads here. As you can see, I have already made 2 of the yearly spreads, which is the books I have to check out, then the books in the year, and then this reading bingo. And right now I'm making the goal spread, and there will be another rating spread after that, and you'll see what I have comes up with. And if you have a reading journal already and you're enjoying it, let me know which spreads are you're using and which spread is your most favorite and which works for you, so that I can try out next year. And also, if you have any book suggestions, you can let me know. I have already 20 books in my home. I am going to read all the English and Bangla books that I have in my home. I already read a lot of Bangla books, so there will be a few which I haven't read yet, such as Humayun Ahmed's Himo collection. I have them in my home for a while, but I really didn't feel to read that because it definitely didn't took my interest after reading a couple of pages, so I will start that again. I am already reading some English books. I will share them in the next reading journal update, so there will be a lot of things to talk about in that video. Actually, this video is from January. I have filmed this in the first week of January, and I planned to post this on January as well, but due to my personal reasons and traveling, I couldn't post this video on time. Each time I scheduled this video, but I didn't finish the editing and went out for traveling. It was very hard to cope up with the videos and my personal other stuff with it. By making a goal spread, I really don't think that this spread is going to work for me, because at this moment my goal is to just finish 12 books in a year as I'm a slow reader, and I really think that if I start reading book, I do get a lot of interruptions in it, and there are a lot of things and experiences to talk about in my next video, so I hope you'll enjoy this one and the next other videos about my reading journal. So for this fun spreads for this goal spread, I really don't have much to write, so I'm writing, the goal is to set 20 books. I think I'll change that to 12 books and make it more realistic. I hope that I do read 3 books per quarter, and I don't know if it will happen or not. Anyways, here is the picture of the bingo, and if you're interested to make this kind of spreads and share it in your social medias, let me know. For the last spread I'm going to show you here is the rating spread. I have got some ideas from Journal Away. As I'm not a good reader, I've already told you that, and I know that I'm not going to finish 20 books in a year, so it's going to be at least 9 to 10 books. So I thought that if I make monthly reading updates, it won't be more feasible, so I'm separating the timeline of updating my reading journal into 4 quarters. So there will be 3 months in each quarter, such as January, February and March, and I'll be reading some books and I will write the names and their ratings in the first quarter. As you can see here, I'm making 4 boxes for each quarter, and here I will write all the names that I am going to read and also rate them with some stars or stickers. I will think about that later. I'd like to say that each 3 months I wanted to at least finish 3 books each, so that in this year at least I can finish 12 books. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I'll try my best. And here, as you can see, I am drawing some charts, boxes, because I wanted to make a rating chart. So for this rating spread, I have come up with some ideas which are inspired by Elizabeth from Planbre's Bride. I'm making this rating spreads in quarter so that I can read all the books for once. Such as if I read 3 books, I will write all the names and their ratings in that first box, and same for the second, third and fourth quarter. After the whole year, I'll choose 1 book from each quarter and write them in the box numbered with 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then my idea is to choose from 1 and from 3, then choose another book from 3 and 4, so that we have the finalist, and then we pick up the winner from the both finalists. So that's the idea, and I know it's not going to be a comfortable spread if I like all of the books, and I think it's going to be a fun challenge for me. And that's it for the whole setup. Let's watch a quick flip through of this whole setup. I tried to make this setup very cohesive with the colors, even though the cover page looks much different than the other spreads, but I think I tried to make consistent with the brown colors. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you like this video, thumbs up to this video, and please consider subscribing to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.